few moments later.
What's up, guys? It is the Nightwing Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today, talking about the 2020 Mid-Season Cup Finals recap. So yeah, we are finally at the last two teams for the Mid-Season Cup. Now, to be honest, most people didn't really predict Top Esports to actually get this far. People did predict there would be a strong team for the tournament. FPX was more of a coin flip team based off their spring split performance while they were rotating the roster out with Gimgoon and Khan. And obviously, most people thought that you would get to see T1 in the finals, but they didn't end up advancing. And I actually predicted Top Esports to win if you look at my semifinals prediction, because I actually thought that Top looked better in their wins against Gen G than FPX did against JDG. And then obviously, when you're looking at how strong these LPL teams actually are, the semifinals that we just saw between both of these teams going at it from their respective matches, I think that this can show you how strong they really are. Like, Knight, as of right now, is considered one of the best mid laners in the world. And shoutouts to the one subscriber who said that TES were going to be raid bosses in this tournament. You were 100% right. You're catching on, man. I like how you guys are getting in your predictions and knowing who's going to win rather than just siding with the favorite. You know, you always kind of want to see what a team actually is like from their respective games rather than just like blindly picking a team because they're perennially always the favorite. So, looking at how a lot of these matches went, most of them are pretty much one-sided. Like, I'm being completely honest here. Most of the matches were either stomps or pretty much 5 minutes in, game's already lost. So, game one, you have FPX drafting Wukong, Graves, Galio, Varus, and Thresh. TES obviously drafts Orin, Lee Sin, Syndra, Varus, and Thresh. You're looking at it from two different perspectives. FPX is still not playing Gimgoon. I think they want to give Khan some experience playing with the roster, and he's actually looked pretty good. All things considered, Khan has looked pretty great. He's actually shored up on a lot of his weaknesses overall. But the issue with this series is it basically shows how weak Doinby can be if you're mechanically better than him at playing mid lane, or if you're just a better player overall. That's why he picks things like Galio, so he can have an impact in other areas in the map, because if he can't beat you straight up or have an impact by defeating you in certain positions in the game or certain points in the game, it's better for him to be on a supportive mid laner where he can roam around and have an impact in the game. But obviously that's going to have its own problems because you're giving this other better player something really strong he can carry on. Starting off in game one, around 5 minutes in, you obviously have first blood given away to Varus. Later on, Tien gets this gank on 369, who was actually still, and I still think right now, pretty good so far. He has that mess up in his Orin Q animation where he hits the wall. Feels bad, man. Karsa was having a great series overall. Khan still looked incredible to me. You obviously had Doinby and Tien literally picking on 369 in this game. But, I mean, that's the purpose of a tank. Usually, he's just there to soak up damage. Yeah, you can dive him early on and set him decently far behind. But, overall, he'll scale into the game. He's just going to be a big meat shield anyway. So it's not really going to be that big a deal. The story of this game was obviously Knight Syndra, who got disgustingly fed around 90 minutes in. He's already 3-0. He's got his Spellbinder. He's got his Luden's Echo. I mean, you literally have Jackie Love throwing out literally heat-seeking missiles. Obviously, for game ones, they were having blind picks, and they actually chose to run Varus and Thresh compositions twice. I really liked how that was a cool thing they threw in there, because a lot of the Asian fans kind of missed when they used to do blind pick, and yeah, that does kind of add a little bit of flavor to this, because most, like, standard professional games are always kind of like the same thing, relatively, not all the time, because obviously it's different between every region, but I liked having blind pick, having a counter where you can throw that in there and disrupt the flow of the game. Like that's cool. Overall, this was all top esports this game. They were getting absolutely destroyed in this series, and overall this game pretty much shows you why. So Karsa has a lot of impact in a lot of these games, and Karsa always is a jungler who likes to accelerate the pace of the game. I think that really works really well with players like Knight and players like JackeyLove, who don't want to just sit around, do nothing and scale. They want to get the game going. You have to get the game going, and you have to accelerate the pace of the game. Like literally 28 minutes into the game 1, this man is 4-0. The Syndra is 5-0. It's literally they're just bursting people, just clapping them with their massive amounts of damage. Obviously, with the upgraded Orin thing in terms of how he functions, with how he buffs up your team's items. Yeah, it is all she wrote. This game is OVER over. Going into game 2, FPX says it's like, okay, let's just throw in the towel. Let's get the draft going here. So Karsa makes an bad inting dive against Khan, and who's actually on Kayle, and then dies himself. And then later on, 369 also dies, gets collapsed on by Tien and Doinby. FPX's draft is Kayle, Olaf, Galio, Aphelios, and Nautilus. You have TES's draft, which is Orin, Graves, Corki, Misfortune, and Thresh. The game does start off in FPX's favor, which is actually not that bad, all things considered. Knight still looked pretty good in this game overall. He actually tried to have as much impact as he could. I mean, there's only so much you can do as a Corki. Around 6 minutes in, the FPX bot lane is like, I want revenge, and I want to actually get some damage on these guys. And later on, you had FPX's bot lane actually playing pretty well in this game, all things considered. Doinby tried to have as much of an impact as he could, but you could clearly see how he was just getting outclassed by Knight, who was basically just doing everything Doinby did except better. So later on during this fight overall, Knight gets a delayed triple kill on the Corki. Like, oh my god, this positioning out of this guy is absolutely insane. Later on, Tien gets a dragon. This game is all FPX anyway. They actually team fought very, very well, and this is the game where you're like, okay, FPX, you're probably gonna eventually bring this to a game 5. Randomly, LWX just kept getting caught out. I'm like, what is this guy even doing? Like, seriously, you just literally walk up to a lane, no side lane vision, nor pressure. They are not in a favorable position to do anything on the map, and this guy goes somewhere and just dies. Okay, I mean, hey, I don't know what he was thinking, but I also am not gonna say that's a good decision. This game is all FPX anyway. They're just diving turrets, having a good old time. Later on, FPX, they are literally 5,000 gold ahead. The Galio, as he jumps in, literally is chunking people. If the Galio is flying from the sky and chunking people and zoning away 4 members while they are taking Baron, yeah, this is like all FPX. Then FPX win the game, and then you also get to game 3. Now in game 3, you're going to have a little bit of a different variance in the draft. So you also have top flexing different things. They want a more safe bot lane with more consistent damage. You also have FPX, who are going to try the Mortarizer composition, as the casters were calling it. So you have 369 on the Renekton, and then the draft goes as follows: Lee Sin, Orianna, Ezreal, Yuumi. Then you also have FPX's draft, which is Mordekaiser, Olaf, Ryze, Aphelios, and Thresh. Then you have good old JackeyLove getting the snipe on the Ezreal, the true shot barrage from downtown, getting and killing Tien. They were getting absolutely curb stomped by the Aphelios Thresh, because Aphelios is just broken, and obviously he curb stomps pretty much anybody if you are allowed to shoot with the man. And then later on, Khan goes and roams bot lane, kills Knight, obviously with the Shadow Realm, and obviously most people can't escape that. That grants him so much resistances and so much health. That is a broken ability in and of itself. But later on, you have good old Yuumi. What are you doing all alone, you little kitty? Oh, that's right, I hate you. I hope you actually do get killed by those champions. Yumi's not even a champion, guys. Come on, like, is that really a champion though? You go inside of people. But later on, TES do collapse onto the bot lane, gets that return kill onto Tien, and from this point in the game, the acceleration was all top esports, man. They know how to get the pace of a game going. They obviously went towards FPX after they almost got a dragon. They kept pushing the pace of the game. You had JackeyLove and Yuyanji making really great plays on the map. All of them were split pushing correctly, and all of them were making correct time decisions. You had Chris trying to obviously kill them under turret, and yikes, yeah, JackeyLove did die to that, but they almost actually got a kill 1v3. And then you also had 369 solo almost. Nope, he actually did solo Doinb. And yeah, Doinb trying to create silent pressure causes them to die. This is not FPX. When they're losing, you can tell that their demeanor is like, ah, crap, our strategy's done. Like, they're not like linear, but you do kind of understand what they're going to do every single game. And I think as they have this much predictability from what people can actually think they're going to do, this means they have a lot of problems in draft phase, but they get like glossed over if they're winning, and I don't think that people should look at FPX like that. They're a team that thrives off their mid laner kind of micromanaging them, which it is just my own personal opinion. So that's also going to be a very big problem. If he's not ahead and he doesn't feel like he can carry the game, you're relying on these other guys who can't really do things on their own sufficiently enough without the help of him obviously being there for him. Oh, Tien, why are you even there? Why are you even there? You know you can't steal that. Guys, this game is all top esports. It is now 2-1. The team that always can't get it done at the last minute. They lost to IG last year on the 2019 LPL Summer Gauntlet. They ended up losing, obviously, this spring split, obviously to JDG, and then now, third time's the charm. They finally get it done in Game 2, and they are one game away from becoming the 2020 Midseason Cup, a team that nobody thought would actually get to the finals. People thought they would at least get top 4, or potentially face T1 in the finals. A lot of people actually predicted a FPX T1 finals because they thought they would actually get out of the group, and then obviously that changed, and then you have 369 dying really early on the Lucian pick. FPX's draft is Jace, Nidalee, Renekton, Aphelios, and Blitzcrank. You have TES take Lucian, Trundle, Zoe, Kalista, and Thresh. They get a nice timed bot lane dive where JackeyLove and his support partner, Bloodthirsty support, getting some action, getting a lot of turret plates, getting a lot of damage. JackeyLove even gets the turret on his own, meaning he is so far ahead on the Kalista. And then later on, you had Doinb and Knight going at it, and then later on, you could just tell Doinb's impact in the game was just obviously not there. He tried to take a more aggressive pick in order to actually help stabilize his own lane against Knight. It just wasn't working. 369 was definitely not having a great game as it first started, but later on, he started actually getting fed too. And then obviously, if you have Kalista, Lucian, and Trundle all working together and synchronizing all their abilities together, yeah, the Nidalee pick was not working out for Tien. I don't think Nidalee should obviously be that price of a pick unless you're truly gonna get the max value out of it. And like from this point in the game, I already knew a top esports won because good lord, Tien tried to kill Garza and then ended up just getting killed himself. He's probably like, god damn, I can't do anything. Oh wait, that's right, I'm a useless Nidalee with no CC nor burst damage because I'm not fed, and then I'm actually gonna lose. Oh, Chris, what are you doing? Yeah, Chris got caught out too. This man Crisp and LWX just could not stop getting caught out. Bad positioning, bad team fighting from them continuously throughout the series, except the game that they obviously won. You had Tien like jumping onto a Trundle with a tanky Trundle at that, and he thought he could actually kill him. Knight almost got killed by Tien, and that's the ultimate effing tilt moment in solo queue when you almost can kill someone and don't. You have them so far ahead, they literally just ran toward the mid laner, ulted him, and then just killed him. Like, yeah, Doinb got a lot of the damage off, but it didn't really matter. As they got the trade kill back, it's fine. Khan ends up getting one back too. I don't know what that TP is for. Literally ran just to get 2 autos off, and then, yeah, they die here, but after this point, it's literally all top esports. They get the Baron. They win every single skirmish. Khan and Tien try to catch out 369, but he actually is kiting like a beast, and then actually almost actually gets the trade kill onto Khan. But then Karsa later on chomps down on the Jace, and then you have Tien obviously dying. 369 actually put out so much damage, even though he was kind of set far behind early on in the game. And would you look at that? Top Esports are the 2020 Mid-Season Cup winners. A team that always fell behind at the very last minute finally got it together. Knight is finally recognized as one of the world's best mid laners, as most people already had predicted going into this tournament. And anybody that predicted Top to do well. Congrats to you. Your prediction panned out, and I can't wait to see Top Esports at Worlds so they can clap literally anybody and anybody that gets in their way. I could easily see this team in semifinals this year, or even contending for a world championship title. Obviously, Cars has already won an international event with RNG way back in 2018, and you also have JackeyLove, who's also won World. So you're taking 2 players with international experience, and then obviously they finally get to be the champions that they've always wanted. I don't know if they get a trophy for this, but they did win the event, so that's also good for them. Also, this is gonna be a little bit of a rivalry between these guys. It's weird, like, if the LPL teams, like, beat each other in certain moments, they become, like, rivals and shit. Like, EDG and RNG are, like, the rivals. Then you have, like, IG thrown in there somewhere. You have IG and FPX as rivals. I like that. I like that. It bridges a lot of rivalries. You know, for most regions, it's, like, Cloud9, TSM, G2 Fnatic, SK, like, T1, KT Roaster. China's is, like, a lot of rivalries, so that's actually pretty good as well. But yeah, I'm really proud of them. My pick in Gen G to be a sleeper pick, it was kind of there. Like, they were kind of a sleeper pick, but I don't know what the hell happened to them the next day. But yeah, this is going to show people that Doinb does have his issues. Like, him not being mechanically good enough will show and will be a problem against someone who is just better. That's just how it's gonna work. You can't always, like, gloss over that problem. Like, either he has to fix that, or he's gonna have to come up with another strategy, because now that people know how to exploit them, you can beat them. And that's the worst thing, is if you have a big glaring issue the way they've shown this tournament and how they just lost this series, you can beat them. And that's just a good thing. You know, no one's unbeatable, but a lot of people are gonna, like, simp for a lot of teams, and I don't agree with that. They're obviously mortal. They've obviously shown things in game where you can stop them, and as long as they don't have, like, the exact best players in every single position, then you can beat them. And they're having a little fun there, flashing all of the flares. Karsa's flashing the RNG flare. Oh my god. But yes, you have Top Esports as your 2020 mid-season cup winners. So yeah, that's it, guys. You guys later, like, comment, subscribe, most of all enjoy. I cannot wait for all the regions to start up again. I have a lot more content to show you guys before that actually starts, and I want to get my summer power rankings for the LCS and the LEC out there too. So yeah, always enjoy your stay here. I know things in the world are kind of going, like, super crazy. Obviously, living in North America, that's gonna just be the nature in that overall, but I truly think that we'll all get through this at one point. And you guys, I'm glad you have support the channel with commenting and subscribing. I have some consistent commenters, so if you want to be getting a little shout out here and there in some videos, yeah, consistently comment. And then yeah, the channel has been growing, so that's pretty good. I mean, that's all I can ask for. You know, it's a fairly new channel. I already have a main channel that's already grown, and it's consistently growing. And this one, I just want this one on a similar level, obviously. So, see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports, guys, is signing out. You guys have a great day. Peace, and stay safe.
Hi there, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.